come on here. I haven't done this in a little bit. It'd be different when you don't have to like use the cards. Laugh out loud. Oh, thanks. They closed school here. Oh, baby, little mama, she does homeschool, so we're at home doing school. But yeah, I haven't pulled cards in such a long time, so I said, why not? But I had a message. You know how we be in such good company, speaking to spirit and speaking to our team and our ancestors. And my goodness, they were saying something to me, and it was like, like, oh, okay, like I agree with it. But it was one of those things where it's like I wasn't really. So they kept on saying it, and then they started singing, and it's different when your ancestors sang to you, y'all, because they sang so much better than we sing. Even if you sang good, they sound so much better doing it. And they started singing Tasha Cobb's, and it was the God you can blow my mind. I'm about to do it. They just kept on singing it over and over, and I was processing different layers and levels of what it was that they was seeding within me, like what they were implanting within me. And it's like the what professor tells us all the time is the expectancy. It's like if you knew that you was about to get like the thing that you've been asking for forever, what attitude would you have? Like what would your energy be like? How would you be showing up differently? If you knew that this thing that you've been praying for, you know, if you knew that this thing that you've been needing, uh, was here and it's like it's come, how would you show up? And then they said to me after they were singing it was, how you feel about you is infectious. And they said it so many times. Like I said, when they first said it, I was like, yeah, that is true. But it wasn't it wasn't one of those things where I processed it. And it's like how you feel about you is infectious. And it's like there's this layer of it's like yummy. It's hard to explain because it's bliss and it's love, but it's like radiating and it's something about you being confident within yourself. And it's a surety in the confidence. And it's like you showing up in that confidence and then you performing at the rate of the confidence. You loving yourself enough, right, to petition, for what it is that you know to be true about yourself. And as I was sitting with it, 244, as I was sitting with it, I heard them basically say, a lot of people is late to the party, Jane, you know? And it's so true, because it's like we be singing to the sound of our own tune. We be humming to the sound of our own beat. We just been where we've been at with us for such a long time. Even as we've been healing, we've had and we've garnered such an admiration for ourselves that other people come into the show. It's like it's cool because it's like, but it's like I knew this. You get what I'm saying? And that's what spirit was like. This is the space you're supposed to be in, girl. And it's something that we're doing with you. And it's like acknowledge this energy that's moving through you at the rate that it's moving through you because it's moving through you, you know? And I wanted to say that because it's like I could have kept this message to myself, but it was one of them things like when you think about the reality of like coming into opportunities and being able to do the thing that it is that you're desiring to do for yourself, you know, and you're putting yourself in positions where you get to be at certain rates. That light was kind of weird. Mm, can't do nothing about it. It's just super bright too. You can't really do nothing about it. It's like this is who you are. And sometimes we desire to show up as other people sometimes because we be thinking that people called us to be a part of their show or be a part of what it is that they're working. They want to help contribute to what it is that they're doing. And sometimes we be thinking that people want to change who it is that we are so we could fit into whatever it is that other people be having going on. And Spirit let me know very, very, very loudly just now, like, they want you for you exactly the way you are, knowing all that you know. They don't want you to water it down, and they want you to carry that which you actually you radiate at. And a lot of us don't recognize that because we be so convinced trying to get to a place where we feel okay about feeling as good as we feel about ourselves. And Spirit's like, girl, do you know that the love that you have for you is something that people will see it on you and they will desire it for themselves? They will desire to even be in your company because it's like, I don't know what you're doing, but it's like, I like it. I don't know what you're talking about, but I like what you're saying. I don't know what you got going on over there, but give me some of it. You know, it's just one of those things. So I wanted to just encourage us to just continue to, regardless of what we feel like we're going through, to show up as yourself and be happy about who it is that you are, knowing that which one y'all want? Knowing that you get to be as in love with you as you are, and you don't gotta apologize about it. Give me a second. I be knocking at my cards. I like to talk to them that way. I'm asking for a general message of encouragement to let us know what we could do in this week at this time, going into this Libra new moon, receiving this balance, operating in the energy of the scales and all of these different alignments, planets who are here to aid us. Which I got for us. Yeah. And the kids, you know what? It's so crazy. The kids be what give us what it is, you know, that we have. We don't really understand. Look at that. And it's so crazy because this card showed up at the top when I first got it. Hmm. Ooh, we got three cards. So the first card is what I was gonna say a second ago was our kids show up so authentic in just their heart space and how they really feel and how they communicate and how they speak to us. And a lot of times they just giving love just because they love. They don't even, care. They don't care who you are. You could be like the truck driver that they see at a gas station, or be at a restaurant. Like my baby admires the waiters who serve her. She gives them kisses and stuff. It's a mess. And it's a mess, you know? And it's like we always be wondering what it is that kids are doing. And a lot of times we don't understand it because we don't really operate in our inner child as we should. And a lot of us have children at a young age at this time because we're being called to actually learn how to be that innocent, unapologetic, without doubt, you know, just doer. We're just being called to just do stuff, and it makes me think of me as a kid, and I know that what changed, why I stopped being as outgoing. I know what occurred that called me to basically shift and be different, but I used to, like, go up to people and I would hug everybody, y'all. I would hug people, I'd give them kisses. My mama used to tell me this all the time. And I would just like I wouldn't meet a stranger, in circumstances where people would be reserved, I would be, like, outgoing and I would just be myself. And I know what occurred. There was trauma that occurred that shifted that for me, but it's like after you recognize that you heal certain layers of trauma, it's like, what do you do at the rate that you're at? to be able to be yourself unapologetically at the rate that you desire to be. You know, you have to start asking yourself, what have I pushed away that, was actually a part of who my true essence is? What did I stop doing? What characteristics did I shun or disregard that actually are part of my true essence? And giving love is one of those things. You said facts. Yes, they be saying hi to everybody. They don't care. My baby will roll down the window, okay? And she'll be like, "Hey, you listening to that music over there? It sounds good. You have a wonderful day." Like, we don't be wanting to engage with people sometimes. And there was even like a lady in our neighborhood that I really just didn't really want to be bothered with, because I could feel her energy. And my baby taught me that it's like you don't understand how much you operate in fear because you always like trying to figure out stuff. My baby said, "You know what, ma'am? It's a beautiful day and to be in the sun. You probably need to stay in the sun a little bit more so you can get some of that good energy." And she just walked away. The lady was so tickled pink. She wasn't offended. She didn't say nothing bad. And she actually addressed how I felt at the same time. It's like she killed two birds with one stone. And she didn't feel bad about it. So it's like it be stuff like that that we have to really learn how to actually start operating in because we don't recognize that that would be exactly what people need. She told that lady, "Look, you got some bad energy and you get your ass in the sun." But okay, we got some dope cards, so I'm trying to stay focused. God said that your energy is infectious. How you feel about you, okay? How you feel about you is contagious. You know what I mean? And it could go a lot of ways with that message because it's like if I feel bad about myself, there's a layer of me that could possibly convince people to treat me how I feel about me. So it's like you could always look at both sides of the coin when you're thinking about things. You know what I mean? So it's like imagine what loving yourself does. And a lot of us be so in fear of doing that because we be wondering whether or not people are going to join the party. Spirit said it's okay, let them be late to the party. People be late to the party anyways. You know what I mean? They be late to the party. They be thinking, "Oh, when did you start doing this?" I've been doing this. I just wasn't doing it at this rate. I just wasn't doing it on here. Like I've been this way. I just didn't feel the need to share this with everybody. Spirit said I don't got no choice. Okay. Why? Because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's like, okay. So it's like that's how you have to look at stuff. You give yourself the opportunity to. And these cards is beautiful because they kind of like coincide with what I was saying. So the first card that came out is Shapeshifter and it says transform and unveil your gifts. It's a beautiful card. The other card says the Oracle, wait for important information. And then, ooh, I love this because this is all like negative energy. This is all internal. This is She Wolf. It says unleash the wild within. And then on the bottom of the deck, and I always look at the bottom of the deck, it's a lot on this card that it's a lot on this card. It's a whole lot on this card, which is why I can't ignore it. It's Magic Guardian. It says unlock the magic within. If you could see her, she has like can't really tell. She's like little dots on her arm, all on her neck. It's like little tribal marks. I could feel these cards. I know what they're trying to say, but I'm gonna read them. Sometimes it be extra stuff there. There's so many opportunities that we have in life to be able to be whatever version that we desiring to be for ourselves. And a lot of times, instead of us waiting for like an audience, you got to be willing to be in the audience of one, you know, and that's so necessary. Some people wouldn't. I know a lot of people. Um, well off, well-to-do people, people who have a couple 100,000 followers and stuff like that. And I notice sometimes when they get on their lives, and if I'm just being nosy, because I usually don't engage with people on social media, and I end up on like lives or whatever, and I might get on the live because I see it, it might pop up on my phone, like, ah, I haven't seen this person, I press it. And they'll see one person on the live and they'll just get off. And it always puts me in the headspace of, what did you come on here for? It's like if you have to have a certain amount of people watching what it is that you're experiencing, watching what it is that you're wanting to portray, are you doing it for somebody else or are you doing it for yourself? And I decided to just give myself the opportunity to do it for me, whatever I'm doing. And I love when there's the ability for me to be in a space where I could be organic without requiring too many people to be convinced of what it is that I'm doing. So I feel like it's necessary. Maybe whoever, maybe you need it, or maybe whoever might listen to this afterwards, like be okay with doing it with the audience that you have right now. And even if people don't show up, still do it anyways because you want to do it. But shapeshifter, this is this beautiful card right here that has the spirit angels and all the different animals. Oh, I forgot. My bad. Hold on, sis. I gotta show the cards to YouTube too. My bad, YouTube. I'm over here ignoring YouTube. Okay. These the cards, and I'll go over them again, but just to show them real quick. Ooh. So whoever wants to see the little tribal marks, it shows perfectly on my camera on YouTube. So go over there if you want to be able to see those on the Magic Guardian. But this is the card we're going to read about now. So it says transform and unveil your gifts. It says take your time and focus on developing your gifts and strengths. In shamanic traditions, a shapeshifter is either an animal that has the capacity to change between species or a shaman who has the capacities to transform. You want it somewhere else? Is it okay? All right. Okay. Um, all right. Okay. I had to basically process if it's a movement that they want me to be off of here, I'll come off of it. So I had to just make sure that we was good. But okay, it says shamans who also have the capacity to transform into an animal to go journeying. If there is a wild animal you are particularly drawn to or fascinated by, it's probably because you can transform into one in your meditation or journey and practice to go exploring in the other worlds. When you shift into an animal form, you could see the world through different eyes and tap into the animal survival skills to help yourself through a particular situation. You may have been through many challenges and lows, but now you are in a space of transformation. Isn't that so accurate? You are moving beyond your past challenges and honing your current strengths. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover. That's crazy because I just said that. The gifts and talents that you were born with and born to share. All of your past experiences have only helped you see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform in ways that people least expect. You have many talents that you will share in your lifetime. You are guided to stay focused on the light, knowing that it will guide you forward. When this card arrives, there is also an opportunity for you to tap into the power of spirit animals. Note if you're seeing a particular animal regularly, because its medicine is coming, regularly, it's because its medicine is coming to you. It's like you have help that's coming. And the next page is actually the she wolf. So I'm gonna read them out of order. Um, it's unleash the wild within. That's what the she wolf says. It's the message that she has. That was the third card that we pulled. And it says, let your wild side up and out. Unleash your talents and your desires. The she wolf is a powerful shamanic soul who is a half wolf and half woman. She is the alpha female who is not afraid to stand out from the crowd are, in this case, packed. She is wild, unfiltered, and we literally just said this about the kids. I'm tickled. She encourages you to not be trapped by the limiting factors of weaker members of your pack or those who are trying to hunt you down because you have gifts that they do not like or understand. She represents the energy of the wilderness and the unknown and encourages you to be free, unchained, and go beyond boundaries. Release the animal energy within and track down what you need to do to express your true self. You are being rewilded at this time. I love that. Oh, I love that. Guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart, that part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back on your hopes or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within you help you track down what direction you want to go in. And don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here. That is really, really good. Don't you love it when they just be like, here, you was talking about this, I'm gonna give you these cards. I said what message we need to hear. Confirmation, obviously, because that's what they giving us. Hold on. So I seen the last card. I'm gonna try to find I just passed it. The second card was the Oracle card. I don't know if you can see that YouTube. Here you go, Instagram. This is such a beautiful card. I love this deck. I'll keep it up. Okay, it says wait for important information. To be open and receptive to information. Gather facts that you can make a decision. Hold on. For some reason my eyes. Okay, be open and receptive to information. Gather facts so that you can make a decision that is in line with your integrity. The oracle is the truth speaker and insight bringer of this deck. The ancestors who will be your best outspoken girlfriend, someone who will tell you exactly what you need to hear to move forward. In this deck, she is reminiscent of the Oracle of Delphi, a psychic priestess of the ancient Greece who was able to receive information and make predictions. She had bowls that had sacred smoke raising out of it, bringing the message to look beyond all you see and gather information in order to make an accurate evaluation of your current situation. Angels and ancestors and the universe are speaking to you at this time. So look and listen for important conversations, signs, and messages that will point you in the right direction. You're being guided to wait for information before making any fast moves because at the moment you are letting your wants get in the way of your needs. There is an opportunity for you to see everything clearly at this time, but you will only be able to do so if you are willing to truly open up your eyes. If you have been waiting for further information about a choice you have to make or an action you have to take, don't take matters into your own hand, but let what needs to be revealed. Then you'll know what to do next. Angels are supporting you, so trust them. I like that. Also, confirmation. And then the last card in this deck is the Magic Guardian. I feel like this gonna be that one. Let me see here. Unlock the magic within. Stop looking outside yourself and recognize that you have incredible powers within. Magic with a K is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. The magic guardian is a representation of the angel and the magic who helps you direct your will and bring something into creation. This is amazing. She is the angel who swirls around shamans and wise ones when they are calling on the energy of magic to help them manifest something that will be healing and supportive of their path. She is the angel of all magic that is directed from the highest good of whoever is working with it. You are the magic. You are the answer. You have it all within you. If you've been searching for an answer or a reason to focus, recognize that all you are looking for is already within you. You are a powerful and magical person with the capacity to direct your intentions and your will and your desires into being. But your power can only be as powerful when you own it. So take time to acknowledge it. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make things happen in real is a real gift that you are being guided to recognize at this time. I think that that's amazing. I think that those messages was really, really beautiful and very, very in alignment with everything that I'd already said. And I'm gonna get us some encouragement. No, what messages that you could have for us? Maybe one good message that we could have for the collective. Not that we need it. I could. You have a question, sis. You could ask a question. Nobody knows who you are on here, so it'll be private. And when nobody see the chat. Ooh, that's a flying. Hmm. The card that came out was good. It says, "Speak up," and it's 33. Look at that. I love this deck. This is my queen, my goddess tarot deck, African goddess rising. Okay, this says, "Speak up." That speak up, speak out, speak on it. You have a right to be heard. You are betraying yourself by not speaking up. Your words have power. Own your voice. As the old saying goes, stand up for something or fall for anything. Being neutral is not an option. When you stand firmly in your truth and you have thoughts and opinions, beliefs and convictions, you are honoring yourself. And it's like an encouragement that it says, what do you stand for? And tell someone today. A declaration that she has for us is, I reclaim my voice, I speak out, and I speak up. And I think that that's beautiful. That's actually dope. Spirit be on it. I ain't do nothing but shuffle the cards. That's all I did. On the bottom of it is 32, and it's shine. And I'll read that one as well. This is a powerful card. This card says you were born to shine and be seen and be heard. Be a movement. We need to know your name. We want to learn your dance. Daring to rise and shine starts with the courage to be seen and heard. Your story matters and someone needs to hear it. Fear of shining brightly keeps you in the shadows, hiding and shrinking. There is no way to claim your voice or avoid rejection, criticism, and judgment. But you are not for everybody. If everybody likes you, you are not really being you. Her declaration is, I am ready to be seen and heard. And then I think it's also like, it's really, really dope because what I started off saying is like how you feel about you is infectious. You know, when I decided to start going live every night, I recognized that, like I said, my energy has shifted. That I've been bubbly, and sometimes it would be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Not 2 o'clock, but it would be like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like after meditation, and if I'm not writing, I'm sitting and I'm like, you know, talking to spirit, and it's just like it could go on for some time. And it's like I have so much information to share. Some of this stuff it be so good, and you want other people to be able to experience it because you experiencing it. And it's like, okay, people can experience it. I could just go live. It don't matter if it's 2 o'clock or not. I keep on saying two. If it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, whoever's meant to see it, they'll see it. So I just started going live. And then when I came back like the next day, and then the third day, and I was basically saying to myself, well, this is something that I'm gonna be doing every day, spirit, because like we don't gotta do this every day. Okay. And I recognize that a lot of times, especially when we process stuff, I'm gonna address a couple of things. Especially when we process stuff based off of what we learning and what we receiving about ourselves, right? A lot of times we start doing something that we like, that we benefit from, and then we'll stop doing it because we've done it. So it's like, I did it, good job. But it's like, who said it was just going to be a one time thing? So it was like that energy. But then it was also layers of me basically combating what I knew to be true. When we deal with things that are tools, they're meant to be tools. But sometimes we take things in and we might use it as like the full and complete infrastructure of our existence. What am I talking about? I had a class that I participated in where I learned about the human design. And in the human design, it showed me that I was a manifester. And if you know anything about manifestors, they usually don't have I don't know how to say it, like the proper words to use. There are certain energy centers in their lower half most of the time, not all the time, where they basically aren't meant to be doing the most. They're not supposed to, manifestors aren't supposed to move like generators. Our projectors are, we're not supposed to move like anybody else. Our energy has to be preserved, and we have to be willing to take breaks and, and really, really allow ourselves to like be called to do what it is that we're doing because it's so innovative, because it's so different. A lot of manifestors are really, and especially with me being mutable energy on top of that, it's like our birth charts and all of these tools, they really, really show you how intentional spirit was when you were created, how purposeful you are in everything that is that's going on with you. So it's like everything supports the fact that I'm a manifester. The spirit told me something. They like, that's your human design. That's your human design, Jack. You don't got no deficit. You got energy to do this every day. You could go on live again if you want to. You could, like, they literally made me aware, like, soul is in control of this vessel, in control of this body. If we need you to go on live every day and it feels like you operating like a generator, know you're gonna be seated with the energy that you need to be able to do that. And don't be limiting yourself to what you think your human vessel could do because you're more than that. And I was like, boom, you're right about that, sucker. And I just liked it a lot. And that's how I'm basically been that's how I've been operating. You said that's the word. If everybody likes you, you are not being truly you. 100%. I'm literally reading and learning HD now. It's a good tool. You said nope. Initiate and keep it moving. Facts. And sometimes it be hard for us because we be literally sitting with stuff and we have such amazing, amazing creations. And we know that because you want to see things to the end, but it's not always necessary. I know that I've been sparks of inspiration for people. And I used to be upset about that because I used to think, well, people always stealing my shit. Like, why are you sitting and watching my stuff and I'm sitting and listening to your live and you said something that I just said on my live, but you didn't say that you heard it from me. I used to care about stuff like that. But it's like, who cares? Everybody got to be whoever they meant to be. And however people take stuff is how they take it. We just get to show up who we are and how we are. And we get to do it and we get to be seen and be heard. It's like if you can see the amount of shenanigans that's going on with my phone and the computer, 341, that is big. I hear y'all. I hear y'all. Communicate, work, new beginnings, and abundance. I hear y'all. 314, 341. It's a big deal for me. So whenever I see it, it's a big deal. Yep. And then I like to do these cards because they're really good. They're like self-care cards to be able to kind of just things that we could just do right off the end. Indiana right now, sis. Indiana. You had me in class cracking up laughing. I wanted to say it so bad, but I was like, Spirit told me like behave. Like you over here got me in on the live last night. I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. Up in the club with my homies. Really? How about that? I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky. That's actually pretty dope. I mean, yeah, I'll tell you where I'm at. Holy fuck. Okay, my bad, y'all. Ah, that's why some of us just we nuts. We big kids, okay? So it's like we have to be able to be in that space and we don't even recognize how stiff and oof we be. One of the cards that's an inspiration is beauty. It says, today you are a curator of beauty. You are blessed with moments that let you know beyond a shadow of doubt that all is well in the world. Success. I say, yo, to that. Today is a really good day. You're in the flow. Problems are solved quickly and easy. Helpful people show up for you, and unexpected gifts fall into your lap. Truth. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness. Reserve judgment. I'm big on that. Yes, I am. I'm so goofy. Rituals. Steady yourself with simple rituals. Do the dishes, fold the laundry. Y'all, they telling my business. Water the plants, make a cup of tea, and let wisdom sneak up on you. I need to fold the laundry when I got a couple dishes in the sink, but I'm gonna get to it. And then look at Libra coming back in. Decisions. Sometimes the best decision is not at all. They want us to be guided, y'all. Spirit wants us to be truly guided. They want to really do the heavy lifting for us at this time. That is very, very loud in this message. Go within and allow yourself to be guided per your blueprint, what it is that you require versus, and what it is that you desire and require versus what it is that you want. You might be wanting a physical thing right now, but it might not be time for it. So don't try to rush it. Happiness. Your thinking will either make your happiness or it will take your happiness. You choose. So those are some dope messages. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta get our plants together. I think I did my plants yesterday. My plants is like the little tiny ones, so you can't really do them too much. But I got some dishes. I got a couple clothes. They didn't have to tell my business, but I'm on here. So yeah, but I originally came on here for what they literally ended up talking about was allow yourself to be your biggest fan, um, and do the things that you desiring for yourself. It's not necessary for us to convince other people of the story it is that we're telling. It's not necessary to even be understood. Like as a Gemini with my I have my Chiron in Gemini, and Aries is in the Chiron right now, and I think it's retrograde as well. Um, it's given us the opportunity to kind of look back at how we may have handled things before, how we may have been in circumstances before, how we may have allowed things to limit us before. Like I might have not actually allowed myself to be in a position to where I didn't try to do all of the things to get myself together and just come on live or have a very, very detailed. I used to want to when I first started getting on live a couple years ago, I used to I used to write down what I wanted to say. And I would try to go off of these scripts and I would always find myself never reading the paper, but I never actually stopped not writing the paper. And it wasn't until it's like really crazy how spirit will start moving you when they need you to get beyond what it is that you're trying to fight through. You know, they literally took and they caused me to have to just get on live. You know, I didn't really have a choice. It's like all type of stuff was happening. I was in an extended stay, y'all. I didn't want the background to be seen because it was like our bed, and I just had like all of these theories in my head that if somebody seen the live and they could see where I was sleeping at, peace, peace, Mama G, they could see where I was sleeping at, that it would be janky. So I was like, "Huh," and spirit just wouldn't allow me to do anything. They just, like, required me to just get on live. I didn't have no choice, and it ended up being, like, an hour and some change. It was the most people I'd ever had on my live at that point a couple years ago, and I was really, really channeling, and I was just doing it, and I was just speaking, and I was flowing, and I was receiving, and after I got off that live, all I could do was cry because it's like, this shit's real, you know? And then it went from recognizing that it was real. It's like, well, what am I gonna do now, spirit? Because it's like I can't go back, because it's like I feel how I feel. And that's what we get to give ourselves. It's like I've been feeling this. When I recognized that I was at a point to where spirit was calling me to go into the hermit phase, to allow myself to be in my internal earth, to get familiar and reacquainted with my internal water. I had to be okay with being silent. And it sucked for me because I have all of this air around me, right? And I wanted to be in situations where I wanted people to know and receive what it was that I felt like I had, but Big Mama kept on telling me, "Shh, it's not time yet," you know? And it would be things that would come up. Oh my goodness, like when I tell y'all things came up that I wanted to address, people I wanted to address, and I would hear them say things like, "Peace be still." And I was like, "Oh, that's just my grandma." My grandma always says that. It was layers of understanding that I had not yet gained. I know what peace be still means now, I know why I had to be silent. I know why I had to be reserved and why it was necessary. It's like we get to understand, especially with them encouraging us. Sometimes when you don't know what to do, it's best to not do nothing. We get to be encouraged and right so we understand that slow and steady does win the race. And the reason why it wins the race is because when you stop looking to the side to see how far somebody else is moving ahead, when you stop thinking about what somebody else has received, oh, well, I'm not getting the manifestations, but I see this person said that they manifest this. Or when you stop looking outwards, like they said, look within, and be in the place where you're actually dealing with yourself at that rate internally, you allow yourself to get to know you. So when you do speak, when you do share, it comes from a place that like is authentic. A lot of people receive me at a certain rate, and a lot of people will receive you at a certain rate because you're being authentic and truthful to yourself, because you loving and honoring yourself. And that's infectious. It's like some people don't really know how to give themselves permission to be in full admiration of who it is that they're showing up and representing. And that's crazy, but it's true, you know. So it's like go through the new experiences with yourself while making sure that you keep spirit on the table. Don't ever require spirit to go silent or numb within you, and allow whatever it is that you actually showing up as, what you representing as, to be authentic to who it is that you are. And it's not something that you're trying to make somebody buy into, because it's not necessary. It's so much that's available now. There's so many people. I heard Yaki Awakening the other night say that there's so many people who are in our community, the you melanated community, that are sick, people in the world, period, that are, mentally and physically ill. And us coming into these, quadrants, us coming into these, layers of understanding of what it is that we want to gather and what it is that we want to offer unto the world, we get to actually understand that it's enough for everybody to be able to help. And your people are going to be so particular to you. It's almost going to be like a niche, and you get to be in a space where you honor that. And it's super beautiful. It's amazing. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Be infectious with yourself. Love yourself so loud and so boldly. Do the things that you always wanted other people to do for you first. Be okay with the rate that you're moving at. Allow yourself to win. Success is in your name. It's in your blood. It's in the genetic makeup of who you are. The fact that you're here, you're successful. You get to continue to show up at rates that surprise you, and just love yourself so much that you're able to actually be the big kid, you know, because we get to do that. We get to have fun. We get to look at life in the eyes of the little kids, of the babies. We get to experience things differently and newly. And I think that that's amazing. I hope this message has been helpful. It's encouraging to you all. Allow yourself to continue to grow, and just be dope at it. There's so much we get to have at this point. Why not allow yourself to have a higher version and a higher experience with yourself where you get to really, really love you in a different way and intentionally on purpose. If there's anything that you would like to ask, please feel free to reach out. Peace. I'm over here trying to stop both of them at the same time.